Hello, how's everybody doing today? So, I am still going to cover the depositions, and you all may see this particular shirt in about 3 videos. So, just be aware that if you see it again, you probably have not seen that video because I'm going to sit here and do what I said I was going to do. But I did see where IAG Farms have put out another video, and I let it play as background noise. I didn't watch it, so I'm not sure if it's even worthy of a reaction. But I'm going to go ahead and just, start it here, and just see, what we can get into. It may be a lot of nothing, maybe something. I'm not sure, but um, I did get past it was a beginning part that we've already seen in another preview. So I just got to this part where he's going down to the end of the driveway to get the roofing supplies that are being delivered. And I did I did make a mental note, which he's about to get around to it, where the gate is unlocked, and it just unnerved me to see it. Oh, let me get rid of that. I'm doing it. It's too early for this. Okay. Now, before he goes out to the road, this unnerves me. This gate situation. Now, I do understand needing security and being so far out there in the middle of nowhere that you have to protect yourself. Like, not just allowing anybody to pull up on your property and then having so much space between you and your neighbors. Anything could happen and your guard is down. My irritation comes in with his family being behind that lock gate, and for there to be two adults and only one of them seems to be able to come in and out as they please. Um, so it just kind of symbolizes her being locked behind that gate and having no freedom unless he deems it necessary for her to go and do the little errands that she's allowed to do. Doctor's appointments, the library, which we haven't seen in umpteen months, and the post office runs, which they've stopped showing. And I'm almost certain that they're still getting donations, but if I had to change my tax status, I wouldn't show donations anymore either. So those are the only times we see her go outside of that gate, and it's with permission. She's given a task to do, and she has to come right on back home. There's no going to the doctor's office, having the appointment, then stopping by any little department store and seeing what's in there, even if you don't buy anything. Just, window shopping or sitting down by yourself or with your boys having a light lunch or just little things that normal people do. So I have rambled enough, but just that gate signifies so much to me. So to see it unlocked right now, and on this particular side over here, the chain is just hanging down beside the gate. Just it's like being a caged animal. I don't like it. I don't. All the way I'm going. You gonna drop it here or you gonna bring it all the way down the house? Okay, cool. Sounds good. You call me and let me know you out here. Exactly. Let's find about. Everything going on today? Good, good. I'm a YouTuber. You don't mind, do it. You don't mind, do it after you already doing it. Like, he didn't get permission first. The guy has to call out that he's being filmed. Then he asks, "You don't mind, do you?" And had he said, "Yes, I mind," we know Tim. He would have still aimed it at the man's body. It would have just been down at his shoulders and below. He would have only cut off the neck even after we've already seen him, because he doesn't respect people and their boundaries. But anyway, go on. We're IAG Farms, if you want to look it up. IAG Farms on YouTube. IAG? IAG. It stands for It's All About God. If you just type in It's All About God Farms, it'll pull it up. Yes, sir. We got a lot of haters out there, too, so I always tell folks just pass by the haters. You don't see me on there. Oh, that's funny. Because I just thought about it. It's not the fact that he gets talked about, but oh goodness, it's not the fact that he gets talked about, but when you put that in that search engine, oh God, when you put that in that search engine, you're gonna get way more than just IAG. It's gonna be a lot of channels out there telling the truth, and it's so funny because I hadn't thought about it like that. So how do you continue to advertise yourself when now you know that not only will people be met with your page, but they'll also be met with people who are telling about your page? Wow. Okay. That's funny. So you'll see a lot of haters out there. Haters, haters, haters. That's his favorite word. But I will be that. If it's telling the truth, I'll be that. There you go. There you go. Watch that truck. Yeah. They be flying down the road now. All right, y'all. So our materials here for our roofing job, and it's all of our tin. I'm guessing they're gonna bring the 1x4s and things like that when they come to actually install it. But everything is already cut. It looks like, and it's looking good. Like I said, I'm super excited to get all this done. Like I said, it looks like they have all the materials. It's already everything is cut and everything already. So that should make it super easy for them to install it. I'm guessing they'll bring out the 1x4s when they come to do the installation. Like I said, it looks like it's only the metal roofing and the trim pieces and everything. So super excited to get this job, man. Y'all get a brand new roof on our house. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, for real. What's your business? I'm a short thing. Okay, good. I got you. I show every time for you, bro. For real. Gotta help each other out, bro. My thing fell. I was trying to put it back up, but nonetheless, okay. That sounds like breakdancing music right there. I can't think of the song, but I know I've heard it before. Um, so he's getting the roofing materials delivered, and first of all, this is new that he actually told somebody that he would um, advertise for them and do it, because usually he doesn't. So he's like probably actually desperate to get a follower, so he needs to do what he said he was going to do. But there was this ongoing thing about, guess if I'm doing the roof or if I'm having it done. So I guess we'll see. Um, Having the supplies delivered does not say anything, because if he's trying to cut down on costs, then he still could hire contractors, but get the supplies himself, or they could send them down there before they get there. So it's still not saying whether or not Tim is going to be the one doing the work or not. But I did notice that breakdancing song, so I'm gonna get past that a little bit because that's not all about God. That's all about breakdancing. We got that music going. But it's nothing major to watch this man drive down their driveway. That's what's up. I've been trying to get them to do a couple jobs for me, but this first one we made it fully to the job part. Cause I be busting them. He don't be getting my coach back to me on time, but they gonna do this for me. Cause I want them to do it. That's what's up. I've been trying to get them to do a couple jobs for me, but this first one we made it fully to the job part. Cause I be busting them. He don't be getting my coach back to me on time, but they gonna do this for me. Cause I want them to do this side on the house for me, but I ended up doing that myself. I'm gonna try to get that finished up. But yeah, Josh, you good people. So I have to start off by saying that I knew Tim was not going to do that roof himself. I think I said it in like the video where I was talking about may have been the one with the mobile homes. I don't know. Uh, I'm sorry. I forget now that I have this on and I be hearing where I rub against it. But I knew Tim was not going to do that roof because I said it would take him 3 times as long to get it done as it would for a group of people to do it. And the only reason that he ended up doing this job himself was because he was trying to be impatient and act like he just said they didn't get the quote back to him in time. So he had to do it. Being impatient and then realized he bit off more than he could chew. So he don't want to do that again. He has learned to practice patience with people because it's a business. You're not the only person they're dealing with, especially when they have to deal with cameras in their face and all the other foolishness going on out there, diarrhea of the mouth and whatever else. But I knew Tim wasn't going to do this roof. I knew he was not going to do this roof. Um, just the fact that he made it be a quiz let you know he wasn't going to do it because it was weighing on his conscience. He felt some type of way about I'm always bragging about this and that, but I'm definitely about to pay for somebody to do this job because he has started cutting a lot of corners just trying to put that siding up. And with the way that the house is looking and the way that the video just came out about Disney World, he was supposed to have a certain amount of things done before they took that trip. And whatever month they did actually go in, that house still is not completed on the outside. That checklist did not get checked off before they left. So he just be talking. And anybody that pays attention knew Tim was not about to do this roof himself. He was looking for an out on the siding, trying to get them to do the roof before he finished that siding. And when that didn't work, he wants to play it off like, oh, well, I guess I'll just do it myself. No, your plan just didn't work. They told you you're going to have to keep working. You're going to have to get that siding put on there before we touch the top of this house. Yeah. All right, you done, bro? I appreciate it, bro. Shake your hand. All right, bro. All right, nice to meet you. All right, thank you. Yes, sir. Then he's trying to brag to this young man who don't even care what Tim's talking about. He barely acknowledged anything Tim said, but Tim is trying to get somebody to give him another pat on the back like he gets Megan to do He didn't even acknowledge anything about Tim and that sighting on that mobile home. Like, okay, they're probably trying to figure out why it's half done, why you haven't just finished it yet. So he definitely loves to get his kudos and his pats on the back, but whatever. I'm gonna stop rambling, y'all. I'm gonna stop rambling.
There you go. You gonna enjoy it? All right, y'all. As y'all can see, roofing has been delivered. And she brought it down on this three-wheeled forklift looking thing. Let's get over here and look at this material. What y'all think, boss? I don't know what that is. I ain't gonna open nothing though.
Good.
Damage in the bag. What y'all think about this roof?
It looks just like the barn.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Because we know now this is called Galvaloon. The color is Galvaloon.
Tim Jr. made sure he got his part right today. It looked just like the barn roof, you know. The things I could say, but I'm not going to. I'm not
What
going
you
to
think,
do
Mo?
it.
You think that's gonna look good on the roof, Em?
Yeah.
Good. What about you, Ty?
I think it looks good.
Good. All right. This the only one that counts is Mama, because this whole Mama and Jesus, this whole renovation project was like.
She's not limping in this video, so I don't know what that means, but I really am tired of seeing Megan in this shirt. My goodness, like, Megan moved out there with clothes. And, even if she's not getting new things, as an adult, you can keep certain items for years and just rewear it, take care of it. And you could see where they had a lot of laundry and stuff in that laundry room. I don't understand why she has to repeat these same outfits. She hasn't gained that much weight. She looks about the same size as she did before. Why? Why have so little pride in yourself that you go out like this? Like, no personal care at all. From the head to the toes, she just get up and go. They recording videos, making history, and this is how she wants to look all the time. Will wear the exact same shirt 5 videos in a row and won't feel no type of way about it. And you can tell that it's not the same day. It'd be different if you know that this is a video that was broken up into segments. But when you know that this is a whole different day and you seeing the same stuff, oh,
Like Mama's idea, because the inside was my idea now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not just talking about. Yeah, but I gotta keep it going. That's what makes it fun and makes a good video. It's like the whole inside was my idea, but then the outside I was just gonna paint it, rig it up, patch it up. But Megan felt led, a woman of God. What do we say? Mujer. No, that's what was the Spanish for woman of God?
Woman, crazy lady.
Yeah, mujer. Dios.
Yeah, some Dios.
I forgot, but that was part of our dating. Who was dating? Megan was acting.
Woman of God in Spanish.
Yeah, it's called a woman of God in Spanish because Megan was acting like she knew Spanish, but she knew like a couple words. Right. She was ministering with another missionary that knew Spanish, and she was teaching me
a little bit here and there. So actually, she had a full-on class one time.
So tell me, say a sentence in Spanish, Ruth.
play just that little part right there.
For woman of God.
Woman, crazy lady.
Yeah, mujer. Dios.
Yeah, some Dios.
I forgot, but that was part of our dating. Who was dating? Megan was acting.
Woman of God in Spanish.
Yeah, it's called a woman of God in Spanish because Megan was acting like she knew Spanish, but she knew like a couple.
See how he had to talk her down right there? Megan was acting like she knew Spanish. He can't just say that she was learning Spanish and that he was clueless. Because they're dating now, so he's still fresh out. Fresh out of the pen. he has gone from being a teenager to a young adult, and this person that he's trying to make be his wife knows or is learning another language, has been out of the country, and has so many accomplishments. And he's trying to down talk her right here, talking about acting like, pretending like. He can't just say she was learning another language and I didn't know it. I'm the one that was clueless. He's trying to make it sound like she was clueless. But then they're getting ready to go 2 more seconds ahead and he's still going to be asking her questions. So did she know or did she not know?
Words. She was ministering with another missionary that knew Spanish, and she was teaching
me a little bit here and there. So actually, she had a full-on class one time.
So tell me, say a sentence in Spanish real quick.
Okay.
So now he wants her to say a sentence, but he was just saying that she was pretending like she knew. He has to make her look bad when it's actually him. And then he lied and said Megan was teaching him. Megan wasn't teaching him anything. She was being taught. But he tried to make her storyline be his storyline in this same conversation. Now he's having to ask her questions because he don't know. So was he learning? Did he learn? And people sit up here and watch this stuff and just cannot understand why. Why are y'all talking about this man? He lies in the same breath. He just did it right here in this conversation. 1 minute Megan don't know, now he's asking her questions like she does know. She was teaching him. She said she was being taught. Now he's asking her questions like he didn't make the first statement that she didn't know. I just, whew. Yep, let them go ahead.
Hola, me llamo Megan. Hello, my name is Megan.
Okay. Hola, me llamo Bismo.
Now he had to repeat her. This is something she's remembering from years ago. So that lady hasn't taught her anything in a while. So the lesson that she got stuck. So who was getting the lessons? Was it him or her? And then he just repeated her like a parrot. A parakeet, whichever one.
Can you say that? Say hola, me llamo Bismo. You kick the shoe off. I got you. Put me down. He said, I can't do Bismo unless you put me down. You put him down. Put him down.
I'm gonna get a shoe back on these.
Okay. Hey, man, get your perspective on this grouping can.
He said, put me down.
Then say, Muha, what was it again?
Miyama?
Muha, Miyama. Say, Bismo.
2 seconds later, and he couldn't even remember it. But he's sitting up here trying to act like it's Megan. We know who the okay, I'm not gonna say nothing because I couldn't come up with a nice word. I can't do it, so we're gonna go on.
I can't do Bismo unless you put me down. You put him down.
I'm gonna get a shoe back on these.
Okay.
You can put him down. Put him down. Can she be a mother? Dictator. Can she be a mother? Do you see his shoe is off of his foot? Do you think that she didn't hear you? Can she get a second to be a mother? Can she have one independent thought right here in this conversation? Her first mind told her to put her baby's shoe on before she puts him down. Is she allowed to do that? God.
Hey, man, get your perspective on this grouping can.
He said, put me down.
Then say, Muha, what was it again?
Miyama?
Muha, Miyama. Say, Bismo. Alright, alright, get over here and look at this grouping can. Mama, see what you think.
Just like the Lord, grouping.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what the color was, and we were like, it's gray, but it's not shiny.
Now Megan acted surprised that it looked like the barn roof, and I can't with these people. How many times has he announced that was their whole thing, was to make the house look like the barn? He's so proud of the barn that he built with his own hands that he wants everything else to mimic that. He needs that barn to be as narcissistic as he is. I need for everything out here to have my identity. That's me speaking up for the barn shed. I need for everything out here to have my identity. So he's been saying that. Now she's like, it looks like the barn roof. You think? Y'all haven't been telling us that for weeks now?
Right, it's got that simple effect. I love it. It's perfect. And listen, they used to say something back in the old days, and then when I was growing up, they had a song, crazy song about it, where this was the dance. So you know how back in the old days, they used to say the pioneers, we gotta raise this roof. That's right.
The roof. Is on fire. She know what that song is. They out there playing. She going through the motions like she don't know, but she know exactly what the song was. He was already playing a breakdancing song a few minutes ago. Like they be playing too much. Then out there talking about may as well said OPP because that's what they were referring to. Like they come from the world too. They need to stop playing.
Having a roof raised.
They'll bring the whole community to raise the roof. That's back when people built their own houses. I know it sounds crazy, but back in
like, are people really so religious? And I'm using that word on purpose. So religious that they have to act like they didn't have a past. Like even if you didn't ever go party, you still have knowledge of it. If you sat at home and watched television, you could have sat at home and watched the movie House Party. That gives you instant knowledge of certain things. You could have watched the movie Breaking. That gives you instant knowledge of certain things. And all of these things are old. This is like 30 plus years ago. So you can watch things on television and have knowledge of it. But I'm going to go a step further to say that some of these things were experienced in life, especially with Megan because, she was out here. But they have to act like they don't know about those things because they're saying God. And that's not the case. We're all human. We all have a past. And then to even have knowledge of those things is not a sin. But they're tiptoeing around all of this like they don't know. Like, what is that song? It's a song that say what? You know. Come on, you know. The same way that you remember that language, you remember that song. Like, selective memory. Playing on people's tops. Like, I just really can't stand it. The acting is horrible.
the day, they did not take out mortgages, but they built their own houses. They worked with their own hands.
They went out in the forest and they cut down some trees.
That's right.
They built their own houses, and then when it was time for the roof, they would have a roof raising.
That's right.
And the whole community would come out and help, and they would raise their roof. And so that's the first thing when I was walking out here, and you called the boys, called us to come out and see because it's a big deal for us. Like we're about to raise this roof.
That's right.
We're about to have a roof raising. So that's the first thing I thought was back in the day, the roof raising. Then I thought back in my childhood days, raise the roof.
That's right. Yeah. That's it. So you're excited about raising your roof?
Her childhood days. Megan, if you don't stop, her childhood days, that's what she remembers it from, y'all. Not as a young adult, not as a teenager in high school, but okay.
Okay.
Brand new roof, brand new siding, paint. You'll have a brand new front porch, possibly a small back porch there, with a landing. Who knows what we might be up to in the future. But there's a lot of amazing things going on.
That would be wonderful for groceries, though. Yeah. Having a landing in the back. Because, we could park back here or, swing and skirt.
Oh, yeah, your thing right there to the porch.
And I have a landing.
Now, when I hear conversations like this is how my mind works. Megan still wants that house that he promised her, but she can't just ask for it outright because she knows who she's married to. So she has to give him a visual of how handy something would be so that he can see, it'll help as opposed to her where she is like, it'll make the house beautiful. Functional too, but beautiful. It gives me more space to work with. She's always trying to upgrade the house, and I'm not mad at her for it because he did promise her something that he didn't give her. So yes, I would suggest for the outside to start looking like it's looking too, because you bought me a tin can when you promised me a wood frame house. You promised me a log cabin. You promised me 2 stories. Absolutely none of that has happened. So that's what I hear when I hear them talking like that. Is he said stuff dreaming. She catches on to it and is trying to sell him on it like, yeah, do that. Now let me give you the practical reason, when in actuality, I just want a beautiful house. You made me sell my house in the city. I need for you to make this one like what we were dreaming about.
So I could just tell the boys, put the groceries on the porch, and I could kind of take it from there, so we weren't having the door open so many times. That's right. Yeah, and the back door is right there in the kitchen. Yep, it sure is right at the.
So he must fuss a lot about his door being open, because she's still trying to be practical to sell him on it. So the door won't be open as many times. If you're bringing groceries in the house, bring the groceries in the house. If it looks like that one time that they took us after her surgery, every time they go to the grocery store, if it's like a monthly run to the grocery store, then yeah, that door is going to be open for that amount of groceries. And especially if Meaty Hands is not helping to bring them in, as she just said, the boys. So he's not even helping to bring them in. So however long it takes is how long it takes. If the door got to be open 25 times, then guess what? If you would come over here with your hands and you would pick up 10 of these bags per hand, then guess what would happen? The door will be open less. So she's still selling him on it because she know how his mind works. Ooh, you couldn't pay me for this. You couldn't pay me to be in there.
Yeah, he actually called. I got his phone call because Josh, the owner of Mississippi Premier Roofing, he said they were looking for our address. So evidently they went past here and they were trying to drop off the roofing. So I'm glad they didn't drop it off in the wrong places. That he called.
Sometimes GPS leads people in the wrong place. We way secluded out in the country. So
exactly. That's right. That's right. So roofing is looking amazing. It's just like the barn. That's exactly what we wanted. Like I say, every roof on the barn from now on is going to look like this until we, possibly build our own.
Since they like giving inanimate objects personalities, I'm going to say that barn has a narcissistic personality. So it wants everything to look like it does, which it is Tim, but still, he said this before, but he's saying it again. When they first started this, it was always talking about a wood burning stove. The wood burning stove has now turned into outside looking like a barn because he built that by himself, even though we know he didn't. But he says he built it by himself. So that's going to be his claim to fame for the next 50 years. So when they move to another property, yeah, we're making it look just like the barn that I built. Yeah, we got a shed and we got our house on the other property. It looked just like this. Like that narcissistic personality is going to carry from one property to the next because he's so proud of that barn.
With our own hands, I hear like you talking about for real. But now we're gonna make this house that we're living in now the best ever. For real. Best mohawk you've seen on this side of Mississippi. What y'all think, boy? Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. So do that again here. So how you did. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how you do it. Look at Ben. Look at Ben. Look at Ben. What you say, Ben? Say yeah. He ain't gonna do it on cue.
Never do anything. That's one thing about a kid. Kid can be able to do crazy stuff. 3 years old, say the whole alphabet, been saying it all day long. Right. And as soon as you get to grandma's, be like, okay, say it.
Show off.
On camera. Like, okay, do it. They're like, what?
Exactly. Yeah, we see him over there talking now. He don't want to do it when I put the camera in his face.
That will never do anything.
Benjamin is just like everybody else. Move that camera around. You're not paying me for this. Where my money at? If you're not giving me no money, then I'm not acting on cue. Stand up for your rights, Benjamin. And I had said she's not limping in this video, and I had pointed out that she was limping when they were out of town. And somebody in the comments reminded me that she had tripped, and I did remember that because I kind of laughed when she did it. She was I don't know where Megan was going, but she was walking with the camera and talking to us. The camera is facing her, but then she dips down, like you can tell she tripped. And because we can only see this part of her, I'm not like really thinking she could have hurt herself. But after putting that with that, I'm like, okay, maybe that is why she was limping, was that particular incident. So that's a small timeline of those two videos being put together of she still was healing from that when they went to Disney World. Now, what order they fall in, what month they came in, but she's not limping in this one. But the boys, like Benjamin, still had lines in the side of his head. So it looks like that the haircuts are growing out, but they're still very visible. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey guys, so sorry about the little glitch. I did run out of storage, and so I had to make room to complete the end of this video. So I had covered the last of everything that was to be seen, and I was just still talking. So I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope that you all enjoyed the video and that you were able to get some value out of it. I am about to do the depositions for David E. Taylor, so be on the lookout for those next. But again, I apologize for how this video has ended, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.